Hey guys, can you feel that? Summer is in the air. Broke 80 for the first time for this year here in Michigan. And nothing says summer like fruit salad, right? It's like the only thing that you think of when you think of picnic. At least if you're me, that's what you think of. And it feels like the bourbon junkies have taken that idea and put it in a bottle. The latest batch of Spirit Walker is supposed to be a absolute fruit bomb. So we're going to take a look at it and see if it's any good. Hit that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey, the internet's most mediocre whiskey review channel. Appreciate you guys stopping by. If you'd be so kind, smash that subscribe button down below. Drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. If you are one of the incredibly lucky few that's been able to get a hold of the bottle we're going to talk about tonight, let me know if you agree with my tasting notes or not. I always like to hear feedback from people and see, my way off in left field, my way off in right field, did I hit it right on the center? I like to hear the feedback. I like to see what other people think. But for those of you who are not familiar, the Bourbon Junkies, Dan and Sean, started a channel about, God, honestly, it was like 5 years ago. It was probably in the heart of the pandemic. At least that's when the current iteration of the show started, right? And since then, they have opened their own distillery. So to be transparent, EverNorth is a NDP. They are a non-distilling producer. They don't distill their own spirits. They buy it from other distilleries, and then they blend it in-house, they finish it, and they come up with some really unique, really cool stuff. I've been out to the tasting room a couple of times, really enjoyed the trips that I've had out there. Fortunately, it's only about an hour, 40 minutes from where I live, so not the worst drive in the world, but also not exactly right down the street either, because if it were, I'd probably be broke. But today, we're talking about the Night Stalker number 4, which is this bad boy, and this is the Ambrosia is what it's been called. So this is coming in at 106 proof. I don't know the age of the bourbons that are in the blend, but I do know it is a bourbon. It is finished in, here we go, apple brandy casks, peach brandy casks, cherry brandy casks, honey barrels, and cognac casks. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. 5 finishing casks, and then 106 proof. I imagine that this is going to be like an absolute fruit bomb. I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard really good things from the people that got theirs and have already broken into it. So let's see if the rumors are true, if the hype is hype, or if the hype is accurate. But we're going to break into it and get some tasting notes. I've never actually reviewed one of their bottles because I feel like it's kind of weird to review a whiskey reviewer's stuff, but oh, okay, that's a solid cork pop. Tasting glass here. Okay. And if you guys haven't bought any of the Bourbon Junkie stuff from EverNorth, I don't know what you're waiting on, because these are fantastic. These bottles are so cool. These labels are fantastic. I love that classic, like the E.H. Taylor, just the tall, thin whiskey bottle. This is what I think of when I think of a whiskey bottle. I think of something that would be at home in a John Wayne movie. In terms of the glass style, obviously this label's a little bit advanced for its time, but, well, this has a gold, like a dark, like an organic honey color to it. Gonna swish around in the tasting glass here. Oh God, this is either gonna be amazing and it's gonna be everything that I hope it will be, or it's gonna fall flat. But okay, so on the nose, that honey's coming through, some cognac. Some of those fruity notes are they're wafting around, but they're not like front and center. I'm getting I don't know why, but like watermelon Sour Patch is kind of jumping out at me. That cherry is poking out. I feel like this thing needs time to open up in the glass. I really do. I feel like this is just going to be such a monster once it opens up, once we get some oxygen in there and it really just breathes. I feel like this is going to be fantastic. A little bit of that peach. I mean, it just smells fruity. Like there's nothing super specific, but there's nothing super vague about it either. Like it's like I could pick out a lot of different fruit notes out of this, I'm sure, if I wanted to. All right. Well, let's go in for a taste. Cheers. Okay. Whew. So I know in like one of their review videos, they said it flattened a little bit. I don't know if that's the case. There's a lot going on. This is the definition of a complex whiskey. The cognac finish for me is it hangs on forever, but I only get the cognac on the back end. The front is all cherry, peach. That apple, I didn't pick up the apple brandy. It's there. It's more on the sides. It's not as like overtly present as the other brandy finishes. But the honey is almost like a secondary idea. Like it's like a second, like an underlayer, but it's there throughout. Like it's underneath all the fruit. So like if you had like peaches rolled in honey or apples rolled in honey, that's kind of what you're getting. And then like if you paired it with like a nice cognac, that's kind of where I'm getting on all this. That's really where I think we're ending up. There's just, this nose is complex and it's irritating me that I can't pick out more from it specifically. But it's this will make you want to kick your mama in the ass. I'm just telling you, it is really, really good. A little bit of a spice. Very, very subtle though. After that initial sip, this is very easy drinking. This definitely drinks right at its proof point, right around that 100, 105 proof. This is 106, so not a ton higher than that. But it's good. It's fruity. It's well blended. There's kind of a lot going on, and I think it's going to open up. I definitely don't regret buying this. So this was just for everybody's information. I did buy this on my own. This was, I believe, $79.99 plus shipping from Bourbon Outfitters. I am a Patreon, so the Bourbon Junkies code did give me a little bit of a break there. So all in all, I got about $100 into this bottle. See, even now as it sits, it's opening up and that honey is kind of more forthcoming. This thing is definitely, first impression for me, this is going to be a little bit of like a transformer, right? As soon as some oxygen gets into it, I think things are going to brighten up a little bit. That's just my opinion. But it's very good. If I had to give this a score, I'd go like a solid 8, like an 8 flat. That could change with a re-review. Once it opens up, I get some air in there, but I would say an 8 flat is a pretty good score. It's got a lot of moving parts, right? It's got a lot of different pieces that are kind of going on. And they all work together well, but they're all kind of there. So it's kind of, I don't want to say it's confusing my palate, but there's a lot just dancing around my tongue right now. And it's almost reminiscent of like a Good Times Project barrel. Like I've got a toasted dark fruit Good Times on the shelf, and that one's really, really good. It's a little bit higher proof, but this reminds me of it. You're getting a lot of different fruits that you could pull off of it. You're getting that honey note throughout. This is definitely like, this is a fruity dessert bourbon. This is something, if you wanted like maybe a bowl of vanilla ice cream with some raspberries and some strawberries on it, and you wanted to pair a whiskey with it, this is something that I could absolutely see. You got your vanilla ice cream, you got a little honey drizzle, you got your fresh fruit. This is going to go right along with that. This is going to pull into that very, very well. I think it's a great value for money. Honestly, I do that many finishing casks. I think it's really, really good. I think they're putting out some incredible stuff. The Spirit Walker has been my favorite in the releases from from EverNorth. I like the Night Stalker, but this time, I'm trying to watch my budget. So it was the Night Stalker or the Spirit Walker. I went with the Spirit Walker. No regrets. This is fantastic. I really enjoy that. 8 out of 10. That's where I'm at with it. Watch out for maybe a re-review or a short where I kind of update that in a few weeks once it's opened up and had some time to breathe. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for checking out the review as always. And I will see you next time. Cheers.